Hello, everyone. I'm trying to be a little prompt, but we had to listen to some Kelly Clarkson because what don't kill you makes you stronger. Welcome again to our third event. I'm happy we're doing this. Just want to touch. I always try to touch bases on what we did the following week so that we all could be caught up for those that missed it. Always remember we do have our YouTube channel open, and you most definitely can watch whatever you miss. Last week we talked on forgiveness, and I just want everybody to know that forgiveness is not for them; it's for you so that you can feel good about yourself and stop living in the past. So, just a little on forgiveness. Most definitely, you don't want nobody stuck there. So, I ask that everyone continue to work on your forgiveness. Before we get started, I did it my first series on self care, and this week I'm doing it on self love. And from the from what I got from self love and self care, they are very much different. And we're going to talk about that. Self love is more internally. So we need to understand the difference. So what self care means is to deliberately to do something mentally, emotionally, and physically. So you're deliberately doing it. I chose the definition of self love from the Urban Dictionary this time because I really like what the meaning was and it resonated with me, which is to conditionally spoil, value yourself, and accept your self worth. Putting yourself first so you can grow internally and externally. It is a value that shows and symbolizes how much you appreciate and accept who you are. So, self love has a lot to do with acceptance. So, I want, before we start and as we're going through, I want everyone to put out there, what do you do for self love? And then we'll talk about it and then we'll know the difference between what we're deliberately doing and what we're internally doing. So I also found out that self love is not like I read the Bible, it makes me feel good. I took a hot bath, I'm eating ice cream or a big old piece of chocolate cake. That is more self soothing. So, self soothing is doing the things that we enjoy doing, like eating cake, going to get our hair done. It's a feeling that it makes us feel good about ourselves and it gets us going. So, just think about that and just remember that that is a soother, and we're going to do more internal stuff. So, I always thought that that was self love. I realized the things are self-soothing because they make me feel good. So I do a lot of things that make me feel good, like dancing, as you all know. I love to dance. So let's jump right in it so that we can speak. But I do want everyone to put out there, what do you do for self-love? Because as the conversation goes, we need to know that what we're doing is either self-soothing or is it self love? So I want to leave you guys with 5 simple ways to practice self love. I didn't want to go into 100 ways because the 5 ways that I chose is going to be difficult for me. And one of them is to speak kind words. Sometimes I have issues with blurting things out, not thinking of the other person's feelings. So, for instance, there's one issue that sometimes I can't speak kind words to, and that is dealing with my clients, especially the clients who I deal with parents who actually accept and are not 100% okay, but about 50% okay with their children being molested by either their father or stepfather. I actually go in with the words like, mm-mm. You okay with him touching your daughter? You're literally okay with it. No, I don't say that, but believe you me, the 800 people in my head are dancing with those type of words. So what I'm learning is maybe speaking kind of words like, I can say I have to I have to handle it because it's part of the job. But just know that justice will be served through my investigations and my findings on what actually happened to a child. So sometimes just thinking that, you know what, Janelle, this isn't about you, unfortunately. But it isn't about you, it's about this child and how can you best serve the child. So just speaking kind words can assist you with self-love. So it's more talking to yourself, guys. It's not that hot bath. So just remember that's self-soothing. The next one is to be grateful and show gratitude instead of being complaining all the time. Who doesn't complain all the time? Janelle does. For instance, like when your car breaks down. Let's say you have a car that breaks down every week. Oh my God, my car is broke down. And you're angry and this gets on your nerve and you don't want to go through this every week. But of course, you're holding on to that vehicle because that vehicle has gotten you places and it does get you from A to B. So to be grateful, you got to say, you know what? My car is broke down. Yes. But I'm grateful that New York City, New York State provides public transportation. Just being grateful that you have a second alternative in life. Yes, this may not be going well, but there's other things that can go well. Just changing your thought process, which is very hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but you know what? We got to look to the brighter side of things and look into the brighter side of things. Say, okay, this can be happening. This should be happening, but I'm grateful that I have this alternative to turn to. So our third one is to choose positivity. I know you heard everyone say, oh, that's nothing. Think positive, things will get better. Just think positive, look to the brighter side, and you rolling your eyes like, is she really telling me right now, to think positive? Pause, wait a minute. Thinking positive ain't in my mind right now because of what I'm going through. So, a way to think positive is to have positivity self talks. Yes, talk to yourself. It's okay. You're not crazy. Even if sometimes you have to answer yourself, that does not make you crazy. That is just a saying. It is not true. So you could say something like, I know things aren't going my way right now as far as staying in a healthy relationship. But when it's my time to find love, I will find a healthy and productive relationship. So just going along with that, it ain't your time. Think positive. Just change that train of thought of so much negativity because guess what? Negativity causes stress. Number one killer. So positivity is basically having an understanding that everything will work out the way it's supposed to. So if your car was supposed to get a flat, it got a flat. If you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, that's what's supposed to happen. So why are we testing God or testing our higher being as to why this shit, yes, I'm cursing, why this shit keep happening to me? Because it's supposed to. Our fourth one, I chose this one as the fourth one because it is hard for people to do this, but letting that monster out. It's extremely hard. The monster, the beast, as we all say, it's basically when people think you're being mean, but that's not the case at all. Basically, you're keeping yourself safe. So not saying, look, I'm going to please this person. Stop being a person pleaser. Because when you're a person pleaser, you're basically saying, oh, this is going to go well. That's going to go well. And we're going to go do this because Johnny wants to do this. No. So it's just implementing that no thing. Another thing was this weekend I was on the phone with my friend Janelle, and I asked her, I said, "You going to that Kid Capri event?" She she immediately said, "Am I going?" I said, "F no, I'm not going. I done seen Kid Capri DJ plenty of times, and I'm not going. People got their taxes. I'm not going." She was like, "Oh God." It wasn't that I was being harsh. I was just being honest. I don't want to be around crowds being packed as sardines. I'm old and I get frustrated quick. So just letting that beast out is part of self love, because everything that we internalize, we got to be able to live with it externally. Like if I say I'm going to do something and I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And if I say I'm not going to do something, I'm just not going to do it, because I got to love me. And we fall into the wayside with loving ourselves. And I don't understand why we're falling to the wayside. But I'm thinking, as everyone was thinking like me, self-love is have my nails done. You know I love myself. Ow, y'all. I'm going to get my feet done. I feel good. That all of that makes you feel good. Eating that big old piece of chocolate cake. As everybody know, I love chips and dip in the bed, but that's just something that makes me feel good. It's self-soothing. Reading the word, just reading in general. That Michelle Obama book, you guys got to read it if you haven't. It's a very good book, and that's self-soothing. Just understanding how she became Michelle Obama. So just practice on it. Our fifth one is be intentional. There's I can't think of his name, but someone sings a gospel song, "Build the fence, be intentional," something like that. I can't sing, I'm always trying, but you got to be intentional with your stuff. So basically, intentional is noticing your thoughts, processing them, and seeing how the thoughts can be improved, and making every effort to make change. So your thought process keeps going. Every day we think. Sometimes we want to just turn off the brain, and we can't. So I'm gonna, show something that's been heavy on me and something that took years to work through. So when I came into the field of social work slash clinician slash therapist, we wear many hats. I started with my bachelor's, and I said, as my family, I'm going to help others. Got my degree. I'm out here. I'm helping others. That was 15 years ago. And then I said, okay, I'm straight out of college. I'm about to get this. I'm just helping others. Wasn't going to no trainings, nothing, just going in these homes like, oh, we need to remove, this ain't working. Not really digging deep into what I was doing. So then I sat down one day and I realized that I have a natural gift. I'm actually sending kids home. I'm sending perps to jail. I'm doing the right thing. I actually have a gift of helping others. So, but once again, I left it at that. Knowing I had this gift, I just left it at that. Then I sat down again and was like, okay, I like this. Let me start going to some trainings, because now I'm into it. And then I went to some trainings and I came across co-occurring mental disorders, which is drug addiction and mental health. I was like, oh, that's almost everybody in my family. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get into this. Sure did. I got into it. And then I said, oh, I can't be a director of an agency, or I can't open up my own business. I'm missing something. So I went to school. Went back to school. Realized you need that LMSW. So went to school. Now I have 30 credits, 30 more to go, and I'll be an MSW. Then I'll be taking my license and still working in the field. So I'm like, that was intentional. That was intentional. It wasn't my time at the time, because I decided to be a mother and take care of my son and take him all around the world and take him to basketball and take him there, baseball, football. I've done it all. But I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't living for me. So I wasn't intentional. So now going forward, I'm going to be intentional what I do. If one thing is not working, I'm not going to be sad. I'm going to say, if this one thing that I really want to work, maybe I should come back to the table, think about it, and figure out, wow, I could do this. I could change this. So I could do this. So just being intentional. I love this one because, of course, I love to empower people. And this one is taking power over your own thoughts and make room for change. So what you're thinking is, when you're intentional, you're thinking of things by yourself. You're not taking everybody's advice, because some things got to be selfish. You just got to be selfish. And part of being selfish is being intentional. So knowing that this may not be working for you guys, but you guys can always make change, because guess what? There's always room for change. Um, just to recap, on self-soothing, it's beautiful. Self-care is awesome. Is basically saying, I'm going to do this because the feeling is good, but dig deeper. I just want to hear from everyone on what they do for self-love. Sharina wrote washing her baby's bottles. Is that soothing, or is that self-love? Because we want our children to have clean bottles. Anybody else out there? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing for self-love? I need the conversation to go on, because during these times, we need to learn from each other. This forum is to learn from each other. It's not just me blabbering. I mean, I'm flattered by it, but it's about us, speaking those kind words to ourselves, and to know that things do get better. A spa day, yes, that's self-soothing. Yeah, it surely is. Be grateful. Be grateful for the little things you have. You may not have a porterhouse steak in your refrigerator, but you have chicken. These are the things you just got to be grateful for. And I think that we're losing ourselves in being grateful for. Be grateful for who you are and what you're doing. Yes, holding your man in his arms. Yes, laying down, cuddling, showing that intimacy where it's not sexual. It does not always have to turn to sexual. Choosing those positive thoughts. This may be something that we just got to think positive. We got to have those positive self-talks. You could do all things. We all can do all things. Just be positive, guys. Let that monster out. It's okay to say no. Not only are we doing our no list, not only are we doing these other things, but being okay within yourself, letting that gut feeling like, oh, I don't want to go, in the back. In the front, you're like, yeah, I'll go. All right, I'll go. It's just being more intentional. Just do it intentionally. Think about it, change it, do it. As always, you guys always know you can inbox me, call me, and just say, Janelle, I'm thinking about this, but I want to put it in a self-love perspective. We could work through that, because that's something I do every day. As you all know, I'm all about empowering those to be independent. And that's part of self-love for them, learning how to love you. Just love you. How many people out there could just say, I love me? No matter what, I love me. Just love yourself. I had wrote down some tips that I just want you guys to just think about. Get back to me if you feel they're not good tips, or if you have questions about, what are you doing, Janelle? What are you doing? Talking to us. I'm teaching you guys, and I'm learning from you guys. One of my tips is if one way of thinking and doing things fails, that's okay. You tried it. You tried it, learn from it, and move on to something better that actually works for you. Um, be that authentic you. I think you guys should really look up authenticity. You got to learn to be that authentic you. Live with you. Love you. Be able to be okay with you. So, and you know what? I had to put this in. Isn't it exhausting not being yourself? Don't you got to put much work into not being you? Being somebody else and portraying somebody else is not saying that you love you. It's just being phony and fake. One of the best ways to practice self love is to recognize that you are you for a reason. Don't waste your time with trying to change things that don't need to be changed. If it's working for you, but it ain't working for your cousin and it ain't working for your mother, but it's working for you, why change? That's all part of self love. That confidence got to be there. You got to be okay with it. If you are a person that can hear music and dance like me, you know, every time I'm out with my friends, I get to dancing. And then you see someone and that makes you stop being you, you shouldn't do that. Keep the beat going because you dancing to the beat of your own drums. You don't need nobody acceptance. Um, I want to do a quick exercise with everyone. Yes, an exercise. I always have those in mind because I like to end it with exercises so that we could use this. So we're gonna do some deep breathing. Yes, Iyanla Vanzant, my girl. We're gonna do some deep breathing. So part of that, I want everyone to inhale self-love and exhale negativity. You ready? Let's go. Inhale self-love. Exhale negativity. Two more times, guys. Inhale self-love. Exhale negativity. Inhale self-love. Exhale negativity. Let it out. Breathe it out. Do this in the morning. Do this at night. Do this when you're feeling on the edge. Do this when you're having anxiety. Do this just to do it. You know? Inhale that self-love. Like, let me check myself. Because sometimes we all need those check yourself before you wreck yourself. Maybe we could use that. But checking yourself. Just checking yourself. Like, nah. I like to leave you guys with something before we end our self-love. If you want more information on how you came up with this, I thought I was doing self-love, getting my nails done, cooking dinner, eating, going to the spot. That's self-soothing. Eating that good old cake. Maybe I keep saying cake, so maybe I want a piece of cake. Would like a piece. Don't have any here, but I have ice cream, pistachio, so that's what I'll eat. And that'll be very, very soothing for me. Um, I want to leave you guys with something. Um, my brother used to say this, and I'm like, oh, brother. But may he rest in peace. Oswaldo, aka Pop. These were his words. My brother said, I got this. And part of our self love and ending self love is, you got this. And just saying the words of Pop, I got this. I got this. Love yourself and be true to yourself because at the end of the day, you are the one that matters. Be your authentic self. Continue to love you. Loving you does not mean you don't love your children. Loving you does not mean you don't love your spouse or significant other. Loving you means that you're saying, my health, my wealth, health and wealth means more to me than anything else. Because if I don't produce and provide, if I'm dead, what is everybody going to do? Because stress, like I said, it will kill you. I want everybody to know that I thank you guys. Continue to support and love me because I love you. And as always, look forward to some Facebook Lives during the week. Look forward to some posts on my YouTube page. Just look forward to the exciting things that we're about to do. Love you. For those that's just chiming in, we're doing self-love, and I will talk to you guys hopefully next Sunday. And of course, the discussion continues through the week. If you guys have a topic that you feel that we should have or should touch on, I would like to get in those topics, living with mental health, living in a domestic violence relationship. I also want to talk on mothers wanting to be fathers, saying I'm your mother and father. And just, I would like to have some guest speakers here. Most definitely call in, let me know that you want to join in on this second topic. For those that's living out of state and out of town and you want to join in and you want us to collaborate, email, text, call me. Have a wonderful and beautiful night. And always remember, you got this. You got this. Self-love. Good night.